Welcome to the Thrive Show. My name is Kim O'Neill, and today I have with me here Cindy Foy Uhlir. Cindy is the founder of Fierce Female Founders, an organization that mentors and empowers female entrepreneurs, personally, professionally, and financially, by developing their passion into a business that supports the life they want to live. As a former electrical engineer who has had six-figure success in business, Cindy is passionate about ensuring female entrepreneurs receive the resources they need to succeed. Welcome, Cindy.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Cindy, I first just want to simply ask you, why are you so passionate about female entrepreneurship?
Because I have been a female in a male industry my entire life. I'm an electrical engineer, and I was an electrical engineer, female electrical engineer, when it wasn't popular to be a female electrical engineer, right?
I bet.
And I was out. I actually had a small consulting firm, and still have it, and we were working mainly with small, medium-sized businesses. What I didn't see was a lot of females in those businesses. And so when I did see them, there was three things they needed. One was education. I don't know what the right next move is. Two was, I don't have a network. I don't have people that look like me to talk to. And third was, I have no idea how I get funding. Who do I go to? Where do I go? Whatever. And so it became, and I was hearing the same conversation, right? Over and over and over. And it was like, I am tired of hearing this conversation. I am going to do something about it. And Fierce Female Founders was founded. That's kind of the way it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so now that you've been doing this for a while, helping women grow their businesses, what does the future look like right now for women-owned businesses?
I think it's probably the brightest it's ever been. I think the world needs what we bring to the table. So when I first started in the business, I had to conform and become like the men, right? Now what we need is us to bring what we bring to the table, which is the passion and the compassion and the collaboration and those kind of things, because I think coming out of this whole COVID thing, that we're going to see that the world wants different things. And I will stand to this is, I think, number one, the economy will come back with entrepreneurship. And number two, that women will lead that.
Wow. Well, what do you think most women don't understand about how to make their passion become their career reality?
I think it's just the knowledge and education of knowing where to go to get the information. It's not supported a lot in terms of, it's not that it's like we don't want you in here, but it's like it's just not out. It's not us, right? The environment is not us. The environment is still very male. And so I don't want to ask the question because I don't want to be the dumb female in the room, right? So that is, I think, one of the biggest hurdles. I think the other biggest hurdle that we have is ourselves. We don't value what we do. You know, I have a guy that'll go into a VC and say, I got a paper clip, and by God, this thing's going to, be the best thing that ever happened. And you can have a female go in with this amazing idea, and they're going, well, and it's just our nature. We don't do that. And so that's, I think, one of the things that makes us, that makes it harder for us as females. And that's one of the things that I work with my females as much on mindset as I do on anything, Wow.
Well, outside of your organization, what do you think that women can do more of today to support each other?
I think really supporting each other. We tend to sometimes get very prideful, so to speak, and we're not supportive. And I think I'm seeing more and more of that, where we're actually, figuring out when we come together, we're much stronger, and just being in the forefront and doing something about what it is. Don't just stand on the side and wave your flag. And that's okay. But I mean, I think we have to have more people being willing to be active, to stand up and say, this is what I'm going to do. And by golly, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make this successful one way or the other. So it's kind of one of those things where, you just have to, we have to kind of come together and make this thing happen.
Can you give us an example of women being trifle for anybody who's not quite sure what that might look like or sound like?
I think it's just a little bickering back and forth, or something, or, not supportive of what she said or he said, instead of actually trying to understand where different people come with different ideas and different kind of things, right? And I think that's part of what you're seeing now is that we're all finally getting to the point where it's like we have to recognize that there's differences, and we have to let those differences show through and accept them and say that's what they bring to the table.
Right. Awesome. Well, I know that you have a little exercise that female entrepreneurs can do right now to help them get closer to from where they are to where they'd like to be. Will you tell us more about that?
It's about basically falling in love with the problem, not falling in love with your solution.
Oh, okay.
So one of the things I have my female entrepreneurs work through, and I wish I had the paper, but I don't. So is basically writing out, okay, this is who I want to serve, and whatever that audience is, say it's moms, right? And this is how I want to serve them. I want to build a community. And also at the bottom of that, and this is why I want to do this. What's driving you to want to do it? And it's okay here to put, I want a Maserati. I want a big house. I want somebody that does my laundry every week, whatever it is that you want. And then turn the paper over. Basically, you're doing this on one side. Turn the paper over and say, I will declare victory if I never serve mothers and I never develop a community, as long as and it's whatever it is you wanted at the bottom. So if you wanted the Maserati, as long as I have a Maserati, or as long as this is going me towards that, then that's what I want. And what that does is it allows you to release that solution. Because what you're going to find as you walk through this thing is that it's going to take a lot of different forms, and you can't be married to it. If you are, you got a long, hard road to hoe, so to speak. But you've got to love the problem. What problem am I solving? And fall in love with that and figure out how you best can address that problem. And it may be totally different than what you thought. It's been interesting, especially during this period of time, that my females have become very frustrated because it's hard right now. I mean, this journey is hard anytime, but right now it is really hard. And I have to remind them, why are you doing this? What do you want? What is it that's driving you? And it's not necessarily your why, it's what is it that you want? Because one of the things that I say is, I want you to build a life that you want to live. And that's what's important.
Awesome. Well, Cindy, thank you so much for being here today and sharing your wisdom and expertise with us. We really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for having me. It's been a joy.
Absolutely. And thank you to today's audience. We hope you found value in today's conversation.